story. Don't you think so, Mike? I mean, the way they forgave those people, I mean, it kind of reminds me of the story of Peter. Remember the story of Peter, Mike? I mean, Peter was one of Jesus' disciples. Peter was one of Jesus' disciples. And one day, Jesus went to go wash the feet of all the disciples, including Peter. And Peter decided to boldly state that he would lay his life down for Jesus. And but Jesus knew the truth. What do you think the truth was, Mike? The truth was that Peter would deny Jesus 3 times that night before the rooster crowed the next morning. What do you think happened, Mike? That's correct. Peter denied Jesus on 3 different occasions before the rooster crowed the next morning. And as we know, Jesus was then crucified, and Peter went back to his old job. What do you think Peter's old job was? He was a fisherman. He went back to fishing the seas. But there was one problem about being a fisherman at this time. There was no fish to catch. And they were out all night and they didn't catch a thing. And so morning came and they saw a figure standing on the shore. And the shore yelled at them if they had caught anything. And Peter explained that they hadn't. And so the figure gave them some advice. He said, put the net on the other side of the boat and see what happens. And, well, all of a sudden the net started overflowing with fish. And it was at that moment that Peter knew who the man on the shore was. Who do you think it was? It was Jesus! It was Jesus on the shore. And as we know, when Jesus was crucified, he came back 3 days later. And long story short, Peter swam to Jesus and they had breakfast that morning. And Jesus asked Peter 3 times if he loved him, and all 3 times Peter said yes. So Jesus told him to take care of his lambs and feed his sheep. So what do you think Jesus did to Peter? He forgave him. Jesus forgave Peter. And that's one way we can show how to love our neighbor as ourselves. It's to forgive those who've done us wrong, just as Jesus did for Peter. I'm the thing of Von Winkleman. And this is Mike. From Kid Planet News saying, have a